Hello. Welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. Tonight I've got the Capper Comparison Picks for the main events, plural, 3 title matches of UFC 259. I've already covered every fight on the card up to this point, so be sure you check them out, because this is probably one in my opinion, it's the best fight card I've seen in my lifetime. I mean, it's very good, it's very exciting. There's some potential upsets here that, I mean, there's a lot of, let's get into it, all right? Like I said, I already did all the fights prior to this, and what I usually do is I take a combination of all the cappers throughout the entire week that I've used, and I put them on here. But because there's 3 fights and there's only limited room, I had to consolidate. So usually I get like the picks from, 5 cappers each show, and I did a show every day of the week, so that would be 20. If you want to include it'd be 20 cappers, but I consolidated, I cut that down. I only got half that. I got about 10, 12, depends. So I'm going to get right into this, because this is awesome. Awesome fights. Awesome fights. Well, with the exception of maybe one that's really, I won't get to that. Anyway, at bantamweight, we have the champion, Petr Yan, taking on Aljamain Sterling. Petr, or Peter in English, Petr Yan, no mercy, is coming in with a record of 15-1. He's coming off a win against Jose Aldo, nice KO, ground and pound, TKO. He trains out of Tiger Muay Thai. Great, he's a great striker, fantastic. He's a, Russian, so he's got that. He's Russian. His father's half Chinese. So as Gabe Killian and them would say, he's got a little bit of Bruce Lee, and he's got that Dagestani wrestling. So, but anyway, he's taking on Aljamain Funkmaster Sterling. Aljamain Funkmaster Sterling's coming off a rear naked choke win over Corey Sandhagen, but some people are calling that a cheap victory because he did use the cage to get that lock in that submission. I guess you can, from what I've heard from different cappers, watch that fight again, play it back in slow-mo. You can see his toes in the cage, giving him that extra leverage to sink in that rear naked choke. He does have Aljo does have a 4-inch reach advantage over Petr, whatever. And he's fighting out of Matt Serra's gym, Serra Jiu-Jitsu, in Huntington, New York. That's over by Cortland, Ithaca, over there, like you can say Western New York. Okay, Matt Serra, his gym, he's got like Merab Davishvili, Chris Weidman, Ally Quinta, just to, notable names. All right, let's just get into what these cappers, because I do, even though there's not mad 20 of them, there's still like a dozen, so the room it's going to be very tight. Okay, I'm gonna have to write a little small, so listen, because I will mention these guys, and I will still put all the links in the description. All right, guys. Yan comes in as a slight favorite. These odds may have changed. These were from earlier today, like early afternoon, I think I pulled them out, and these are from Bet Online. Okay, Petr Yan comes in as the favorite at -121. Aljamain Sterling, he is the underdog slight underdog at plus 101. All right. This is a 5-round fight because it is for the strap for the Bantamweight Championship belt. The over-under 3.5 rounds. Over is minus 135. If you think it stops short of that, plus 105. All right, let's get this board dirty. I'm going to go back and forth because this is pretty evenly matched. As in with the capper picks. All right, taking Petr no mercy. We've got the MMA prediction guru, Pred Guru. He's on the side with Jan. Then jumping over, taking Aljamain Sterling, we have Manpreet, lock of the night. Both those guys are from odds.com, and they have tonight. They'll have the after post weigh-in show with, it's usually Just Bleed, Prediction Guru, Lock of the Night, and Cody Saftik. They sit around and go through the entire card and discuss. I'm trying to get to watching that, so that's why I gotta get a move on with this. Okay, also taking Petr, we've got my buddy Vlad from Celebrities and Classics. Vlad is taking Petr. What I did was, to pick who I'm going to use for this championship capper comparison picks, I pretty much use the people that give me comments or likes. So if you're a capper I used and you made a comment on my page, most likely you'll be presented in this show. Champino, sorry, not you, because your comment was pre-show, before I used you. But anyway, maybe next week, bud. Okay, taking Aljamain Sterling, we have, and Lock of the Night and Pred Guru, I didn't get to use them this week. And I didn't get to use Greedo. I haven't used him in a couple weeks. Greedo plays, he's taken Aljamain Sterling by, listen to this, first round submission. Are you kidding me? But, hey, he's a capper. He's I like him too. He's got good statistics on his show, good breakdowns, Check him out, links in the description. Then what I did, I got new guys. I've been wanting to use these guys, but they're kind of always been late with their picks, and they didn't do the picks for like regular fight nights, but they do pay-per-view. Anyway, they're called Computational Combat. There's 3 guys, 3 young gentlemen. There's Dylan, Connor, and Johnny. They do mention their last names, but I don't know them. But anyway, Dylan, Connor, and Johnny. And also they created this algorithm, this computer spit out the winner pick thing, and they mentioned the algorithms pick also. So that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna put their picks on here because I did jot the algorithm for a couple of these fights, but I'm not sure what the algorithm picked on this. I think it went with the rest of the guys. Well, we'll see. Look, they're split anyway. So I'm gonna write computational combat or com. Ugh. Anyway, Connor is taking Petr. Connor or Connor, I don't know if it's an O or an E, whatever, Connor. But then the other guys, Comp C, we're gonna cut it down to. Johnny and Dylan are both taking Dylan, Johnny. How about John? I don't know about the spelling. So they're split. We got 2 of them taking Aljamain Sterling, 1 guy taking Connor. I think their algorithm spit out Sterling as the winner, but I don't quote me on that. I forget. Anyway, links in the description. Check for yourself. Then we've got one of my favorite handicappers, and I'm a patron of his Patreon site. I don't want to reveal any paid Patreon picks, So the only one I can mention is this fight is the only one he mentioned on YouTube. I do know what his picks are for the other 2 fights via Patreon, but I'm not permitted to relinquish that information for free. So I'm not going to. Not going to. I don't know why my tone went. Anyway, his name is the Parlay King, aka Fighting Guru, aka Joe Dogs. So I'm just gonna MMA Parlay King. We're just gonna Parlay King because he does all his bets are like group parlays. He does single bets, individual single bets, but he loves parlays. And in the video that's in the link, he even mentions he gives his fade of the week. Very good one. His underdog pick of the week, I'm not in agreement with. I think he's wrong there. And he gives a 3-leg parlay, all on his. But the video, you have to sit through a solid 2 hours and something. And because that guy, you think I jump off topic, that guy will go off topic and he'll go on a 10 minute like a rant on John Jones, who's not even fighting on the card, but he did. Check the show out. I enjoy it. It's thoroughly entertaining, even when he goes off on rants, because he's got this insight that no one thinks about, that he reveals on his. Check him out, MMA Parlay King. Anyway, he's got Petr on by decision. Yeah, and he explains why too. Check him out. And I'm telling you what, he talk about winning records. This guy, since he quit his day job or his former job, he's from Chicago, Illinois, but now he lives. I was supposed to guess he lives in like Portugal or Spain because he shows his bet tickets and they're in Spanish. And also he said he's 6 hours ahead of the States. So that would make it Europe, not Central America. So Europe and Spanish or Portuguese. I think it might be in Portuguese because his wife or girlfriend or the woman he calls word girl, the one that does the pronunciation, she is Brazilian. I gathered that through his videos. So Brazilians speak Portuguese. Therefore, I think he is residing in Portugal. But who knows? Leave it a mystery. Who cares? I really don't. Doesn't matter to me. I like the guy, Parlay King. He's taking Jan by decision. What I was getting at, because this is his full-time gig now, he spends 12 to 15 hours a day looking into not only MMA, but he does outside the MMA, like he does player prop bets for basketball, and he's good. He's good. He makes money through gambling. He's good. I encourage all you guys, check out his Patreon, might as well check out his YouTube. Some people don't like him. I'll tell you that because he's raw, he's gritty. But a lot of people do like him. And check out his Patreon if you're interested. It's worth the money. I'm only a first tier guy, but I'm considering moving up because those upper tiers get his personal bet slips, like the bets he places, and he's producing. He makes your money back 1 week, and if you get in now, you get 4 weeks of his action. But I'm just a low tier, so I get his full card picks, but I don't get like his, all the bells and whistles. But I get enough info for my Patreon money, my low tier money. Anyway, then we've got taking Aljamain Sterling. We've got King of Crackdowns, KFC. King of Crackdowns, he's from Washington, D.C. Figured that out through his Instagram. I couldn't tell you from his YouTube. But, yeah, he's taken Sterling by decision. He has quick pick video, and I think he does a separate breakdown of this fight. I'm not sure. The boys from the Parlay Punch are split. So We got Parlay Punch. Josh is taking, he's the one with the beard. He's got a ginger beard. He's got like a ginger red curly hair. He's taking Jan. And then obviously Parlay Punch Matt is the other one with the alien hat. Matt is taking Aljamain Sterling. I like when these guys, I like when all these the duos when they disagree. I enjoy that. Makes for better, when everybody's in agreement. It's just give me a contrarian, give me the devil's advocate. Would you give me somebody, making an argument for the underdog? That I like that crap. So anyway, they're split on that. Odds.com. I'm already out of room. And I still got mad people to go. But anyway, odds.com, Matt Holt, he was on Clint's Die Hard MMA podcast. That's what I call odds.com. They got a ton of shows, of course, but the one I'm talking about, odds. Oh, neither one of them are taking Petr. Clint actually is passing, but he is taking the over on this fight, the over 3.5. So that's at plus 105. He said that's his bet. Matt Holt though, all right, Matt Holt is thinking he's taking Aljamain Sterling by decision. Matt Holt is the president of U.S. Integrities, which is a casino. Security and proper. I don't know what the hell they do. Matt Holt it's something with like securities and numbers, statistics and stuff for casino. So we got Matt Holt overtaking Aljamain Sterling. Let's see, I can fit a couple more guys here. We got UFC Gambling Addicts, UGA. That's Leighton. He's saying Petr by decision. Then we have MMA Genie. MMA Genie, young man, awesome interviewer, youngest interviewer on YouTube. I'm not really even sure his age, but he's more mature than you'd think. You'd be surprised when you figure out how young he is. I got to guess, but I don't want to blow it up. Anyway, MMA Genie is also taking Sterling, and we might as well tie this up. Obviously, this tied throughout. Anyway, both sides have the same amount. I'm just not writing everybody down. Another guy, it's your boy, eBay's. eBay's is saying 5th round TKO for Jan. That's a good payout, bro. That's a good payout if you get that. So there you have it. Full, both sides loaded with cappers. This is the toughest card to pick toughest fight on the entire card to pick. I flip-flop. I'll tell you what, I flip-flopped 3 times already. I was going with Aljamain Sterling. He's coming, that win over Corey Sandhagen, though, that's when somebody pointed out, hey man, he cheated to get that win. I was like, what? Nuh-uh. And I looked and yeah, he sort of kind of did. So that took away, I was like, you know what? I've always been high on Petr. Petr. Ever since he fought Uriah Faber, that was like one of my first bets of UFC, because I didn't bet UFC. It's all kind of new to me. I was a fan of UFC, but I never gambled it, and that was like one of the first gambles was Petr. Versus Uriah Faber, and he knocked Uriah's old butt out with that. Was it a kick to the head? Oh, it's awesome, and that's when I became a UFC gambling addict. Leighton. But anyway, that's when I became, for real, started getting right into gambling UFC and finding out it could be, you could make a little bit of money if you pick the right way. So anyway, I can't go against Jan. I've been riding him since my introduction into gambling UFC events. So I'm gonna ride with it, stick with him. I'm taking Petr Yan, and I think he should be able to get it done via shit. Alright. What did I write? I didn't yet. I think he's gonna get it done by decision. I just finished already by my buddy Vlad. I just finished shit. And prediction guru. My name. Ranch. I just finished watching the weigh-ins and the die-hard post-weigh-in odds.com post-weigh-in show. Awesome. Though Askarov missed weight. Anyway, I'll get into that tomorrow during the live show. I'm doing a live show, guys, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Try to tune in no matter where you are. It'll be a good one. Where I flip-flop some of my picks because of the weigh-ins, and other factors. The more research I've done into these fights, I'll explain them tomorrow. And I solidified a lot other picks because of the weigh-ins. This fight, Sterling does have the what's he got? A little 4-inch reach advantage, and he's got a little bit of height advantage. But both the guys looked great in weigh-ins. I'm taking Jan by decision. That's my final pick. Moving on. Next we have this thing. The female featherweight fight between the Lioness Amanda Nunes taking on Megan Anderson. That's everybody saying Megan, but it's spelled Megan. Megan's, by the way, that's my wife's name, Megan. But anyway, Megan Anderson is coming in with a record of 10-4 as a professional. Heavy underdog at plus 600. Biggest, widest odds on the card. I said that the other day about Makhachev, but I wasn't even thinking about the main events. This is definitely that Islam Makhachev fight. He's like a favorite. Minus 300 something. Minus 400 now. I just checked it. So he's at minus 400 now. But look, Amanda Nunes, minus 1,300 favorite. Garbage odds. There's no bet there at all. If you take Nunes, you better pick method and round if you can, or if it's by decision. I'm not even gonna put it in a parlay, but I might just throw everybody's name up here anyway. You know which way it's gonna go. That's why good thing I have two boards. I'm just gonna start scribbling these names down. Everybody is taking Amanda Nunes. She's coming off a unanimous decision win over Felicia Spencer, who I think Felicia Spencer choked out Megan Anderson, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Megan Anderson's coming over right cross knockout of Norma Dumont. Who? Norma Dumont. Who? Norma Dumont. I know. But anyway, I like Megan Anderson's height. She's like 6 foot tall. She's beautiful. She's got 2-inch height, reach, and leg kick advantage. Beautiful legs. Nice tattoos on her legs. Nice ink job. Oh, I'm rooting for her, but thing is, Amanda Nunes, she's got 2 championship belts. That's 2 more than Megan Anderson. You know what I mean? And she's beat everybody. She knocked out Chris Cyborg. Took care of Ronda Rousey. She beat the Bullet Shevchenko, Valentina Shevchenko, twice. I mean, come on. People, the thing is, she did have a baby. So she might be in a different mindset with like Matt Holt from the Die Hard MMA podcast, Clint's little show there is Clint's podcast. Matt Holt mentioned she now that she had a baby, she might have a different mindset. She might be going in there with it. She's in a different stage of her life. She's already proven herself. She's beaten everybody she's had to beat. She has 2 belts. She's going up there. She doesn't, she might be ready to move on with her life. Next chapter of life as Mom Nunes. Megan Anderson, though, she come in hungry. This girl is big too, 145 pounds, all of that. She can't even get down to 135. So she's got, she's the bigger, I think, stronger girl. She does have a 3-inch reach advantage. The kick also leg reach, I think, is also 3 inches, according to something I saw, and I think height. Yeah, height too. She's 3-inch everything. Okay. Let's just I'm gonna just go right through these. We've got Leighton, UGA. He's saying by decision. E-Money, I watched the fights with him last week. He thinks he's the best YouTube handicapper on the planet. At the end of the video, he's like, yeah, I got a lot of heat last week during my live show about being cocky and arrogant, and I just want to say I'm sorry to no one. That's right, I still think I got the best show and all this. Yeah, I'll let you make your own opinions on that. His link is in the description. Check him out. He's a good kid, I guess. Anyway, E-Money is taking Amanda Nunes. You don't have the best show, E-Money, because this is the best show. Your show is good, but this show is better. And I'm using it. Your show's good. That's why I'm using it. I'm not putting any shade on you. I like E-Money MMA picks. Well, you are a little bit cocky. Anyway, where was I? It's your boy, eBay's. Also, by decision. I'm seeing a little trend here, guys, right? Decision. Schroeder. I didn't put him up here yet. Schroeder, MMA picks, he's saying by decision, but here's the thing. He's also putting a bet. I'm going to write bet Schroeder. He's putting a bet on Anderson because she is plus 600, and I think the line might even be thicker than that. She might be a plus closer to 1,000 now. Not according to Bet Online. I just looked at 600, but who else is betting? Oh, there's a bet for Matt Holt. Matt Holt. I might have to write his name big. He didn't come out and say it, but he pretty much, I'm going to write his name big. Schroeder, bet. I guess U.S. Integrity's Matthew Holt is taking Megan Anderson by decision. I'm proud of you, Matthew Holt, U.S. Integrity's president. Good on you. Clint is also betting half a unit. He's going to sprinkle on Megan Anderson because of that plus 600 bet for Clint. So these guys, Clint is actually taking Nunes. Same with Schroeder. He's got Nunes by decision, but it's worth the bet at plus 600. Why not? Greedo saying 4th round submission. Both the guys from Parlay Punch. Matt is saying by submission. Matt, see, I don't got room for this, guys. Josh by decision. Whatever. Both of these guys are taking, everybody's taking Nunes. Except for Matthew Holt. But let's keep going anyway. eBay's, he's the contrarian. Even him, I already wrote him. He's taking, oh, that's gross. He's taking Nunes, the Lioness. The combat guys, what do they call it? Computational combat, combat, all of them. And the thing is, their algorithm said Nunes by decision, which these guys, some of them are saying by knockout or submission. Who else we got? Might as well keep going. Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics. King of Crackdowns. He's saying Nunes by first round submission. That will bring a positive number. If you're calling the round and method, that'll bring that 1,300 to, I'm sure it'll bring it positive if you name the round. It might be like only a plus 200. But I bet you first round submission, that's same with Greedo. Fourth round submission, same thing. Decision, I still think that's a negative number. I should go look it up. Take a second. You know what? I will it'll literally take a second. I already got that online up. So, yeah, first, bear with me just 1 second, guys. I gotta sign back in quickly. And then, shit. Martial arts. Okay, so Nunes by decision. What? Wow. That can't be right. Oh, 450. Plus 450. If you got Amanda Nunes by decision, that brings that to a plus 450. That's not bad. It's a lot better than I thought. First round submission, that's got to be up there even higher. Nunes by first round submission. No, plus 450 again. Yeah, if you pick a later round, it jumps up. But anyway, enough prop odd talk. Let's just keep writing this list of cappers. MMA Genie. Also taking Nunes. Who else we got? Lock of the Night. Prediction Guru. You get the picture. Everybody's taking Nunes. Yeah. Okay. So, I got, she's a beast, but I'm gonna bet. I'm betting this. So let's go. Let's do it. Range. I'm not putting this into a parlay or anything, but I'm going to put a single bet on Megan Anderson plus 600 to win. I don't know how she's going to manage to pull it out. But I don't really have to because it's plus 600. I don't got to say decision, submission, and I don't have to call method because the odds are plus 600. So there you have that. Ideally, I think she should be able to get it done, hopefully by decision. If she can stay up on her feet and not let it go to the ground, she should be able to outstrike her. I mean, Nunes is going to come in, the Lioness, she's going to come in fast, hard, full of volume. But I've seen Megan, that was it, that last fight. Who was her last fight? Norma Dumont. I think there was one before that, and she came out like a beast too. It was the rear naked choke. Who did she choke out? I'm not gonna go look, but she choked somebody out, rear naked choke, or was it? It was some sort of submission, and she did it like in the first round, came in like fire. So I'm hoping that's what happens tomorrow. But I hope she keeps it standing, because on the ground I think the lioness might have a little bit of an advantage. Or you know what it was? It wasn't a rear naked choke. It was a triangle with those long, beautiful legs. She gave somebody a triangle choke, tapped her out, and it was the first round of a fight. Was it Jermaine Di Romani or that? You know, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm taking the dog here for a magical decision. Magical decision victory. And this pink marker has finally crapped the bed. Now it's Nora's. All right, moving on. We've got the main event. Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz versus Isreal Adesanya, the last style bender. Jan Blachowicz, Polish Power. That's not his official nickname, but that's what everybody's calling him. Polish Power, Jan Blachowicz comes in with a record of 27-8. It's a 2-1 underdog. Plus 202, according to Bet Online. He's taking on the undefeated Isreal Adesanya at the favorite 2-1 favorite, minus 237 is his number. He's undefeated with a record of 20-0. If you want to include all his kickboxing fights and combine them with his MMA fights, in combat sports, he has a full record of 100 wins and 6 losses. He has been knocked out via kickboxing. He got knocked out by Michel Pereira. So you know that guy, flying knee guy, you know, he's in the UFC. But yeah, Adesanya, he's a kickboxing beast. 100 fights, 106. That's what the guys from Computational Combat. Let's start out with them. Who they taking? They yeah, they're all on the side of Adesanya. Dylan, Connor, and Johnny are all taken Adesanya. So I'll write the whole word. Computational. No, I'm not writing combat. Or computational combat. All 3 of those guys. Okay? Their algorithm, though, said Blachowicz. Their algorithm said Blachowicz. So I'm going to write that. Just algorithm. I don't even know how to spell that. Algorithm. Whatever. Computational Combat's their computer program that they made to pick out winning fighters spit out Jan Blachowicz. So it's worth it. Worth it to write that there, because not a lot of people are going with this underdog. Adesanya, coming off that win against Paulo Costa. You know about that. Fighting out of... Oh, welcome to Shitty Kickboxing. So you know about Shitty Kickboxing. City Kickboxing comes in mob deep. I've already been telling you that. You know, who else? Kai Kara France. And, who's that? Carlos Ulberg from City Kickboxing. Yeah. And he is, yeah. Let's keep going. Oh, Blachowicz coming from WCA Fight Team in Poland. I don't know any of those guys, but still, let's keep rocking it. Also taking Adesanya we've got King of Crackdowns, KFC. He's saying 4th round TKO. I like King Crackdowns. When you get detailed like that, it's good because it's not. Yeah, it's easy to say Adesanya. He's the minus 237 favorite. That's why you gotta say method, and preferably method. And if it's not a decision, method and round. You know, that's the only way you can make money on a favorite like that. Vlad, CNC, Celebrities and Classics. Then we've got Brito. He's saying 2nd round TKO for Adesanya. 2nd. Lock of the Night. And Prediction Guru. The Prediction Guru, Lock of the Night. Their show has got to be on like now. I'm missing it. But I'll jump in there on the live chat if I can. If I ever finish with this thing. Who else is taking Adesanya? Schroeder, no bet, but he's also taken Adesanya by decision. Schroeder, he does the comparison, like he takes both fighters side by side on the screen, 5-star categories. It's striking, clinch, grappling, or jiu-jitsu or something, strength and cardio and will. Oh, offensive striking, defensive striking. This is what it starts out at the top. The striking categories: offensive striking, defense striking, 5 stars. Okay, I can't remember exactly, but I think. Yeah, Adesanya outmatched. No, I think striking Adesanya outmatched him on striking. Then there's the clinch game, then wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Then he's got the cardio, will to win. Check it out. Links in the description. Schroeder is from Brazil. About 2 weeks ago, Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics gave a little interview to Schroeder. So, check that out too. Link will not be in the description for that, but definitely check it out. So we're running out of room. I'll pick one more to throw up here. MMA Genie is taking them. I'll mention, okay? MMA Genie's also taking them. E-Money, Clint and Matt. Clint actually is leaning Israel Adesanya by knockout in later rounds, 4th or 5th round, I think. Matt Holt is also taking Adesanya by KO. UFC celebrities or UFC gambling addicts, Leighton also taking Adesanya by decision. But you know who I'm going to put up here? Matt from Parlay Punch, because Parlay Punch, Matt is saying Adesanya by decision. But Josh, Parlay Punch, Josh is taking Jan Blachowicz, and so is it's your boy eBay's. eBay's is also taking Jan. He is just he is not a fan of Israel Adesanya. Doesn't like him. So whatever your reason, who cares? He does have a very in-depth, I think it's 15-minute long breakdown of actually each one of these 3 fights. eBay's has a separate breakdown, but the link in the description will be to his full card video because I already had it. So definitely check him out. Now, what about Range? What are you picking? Well, if you guys watch my show on the regular, you all know that I am I'm gonna have to use red. I'm an addict to, what am I? A plus money junkie. And I know Jan Blachowicz did get knocked out by Thiago Santos in 2018. But I'm taking Thiago Santos to win a upset victory tomorrow. So I mean and that was a hard fought knockout in the third round for Thiago Santos. So there's no, I mean, you can't put shade on that. Blachowicz and that was 2018. Blachowicz has only improved since then. I realize Adesanya is phenomenal. He's phenomenal, but he's coming up from middleweight, and people are like, yeah, but his regular walking around weight is like 209, so he's to lose 4 pounds, and you just step on the scale, and yeah, and Adesanya, I think he might have a little bit to reach. I didn't write it down, but I think he might have an inch or two in height. But if you, on the weigh-ins, and the face-off, size them up side by side, Blachowicz is rock solid. I think he's got a little bit thicker build. I think he throws a more powerful punch, to be honest with you. Where Isreal Adesanya will have the speed in his punches and the accuracy will probably be there. But Parlay Punch, those guys mentioned that, I think it was those guys, Jan Blachowicz' striking accuracy is this exact same as Gastelum. And Gastelum took Adesanya to a close decision. Well, people say it was close, but it was a unanimous decision victory for Adesanya. But Gastelum did take him there, and a lot of people saying it could have went Gastelum's way. So, yeah, I flip-flopped on this fight too, just like I did down here. It's tough, but I'm gonna go with the underdog here, just because he's the underdog. I like that plus 202, and I think Blachowicz can get it done. Like I said, Adesanya he's coming up from middleweight. Blachowicz is going to send him right back to, yeah, you better check yourself. That's what I think is going to happen. So I'm joining eBay's. It's your boy, eBay's, and Josh from Parlay Punch, and the algorithm from Computational Combat. I'm joining those three kappas, those three predictors, and I'm going with Jan Polish Power Blachowicz to get the job done. I don't have to say how, because he is a 2-1 underdog, but I think he should be able to get it done by decision. This time when it gets to the scorecards at the end, he's gonna get the pick. All right, so there you have it. To recap, time check. It is late. But to recap, I've got Petr Yan beating Aljo, the Funk Master Sterling, by decision in a very close, toughest fight to pick on the entire card right there, hands down. The other ones, I flip-flopped on 2 of the fights, but this, well, debatably, there's a couple prelim fights that are very close, but this is probably the toughest fight to pick on the card. Then I've got the big upset. I think Amanda Nunes will probably win, but for the sake of being a contrarian, I'm taking Anderson by a miracle decision victory. Maybe Matt Holt's right. Maybe Amanda Nunes is ready to move on to her next chapter of her life as being a mom and a family woman. Put fighting behind her. She's already proven everything. She's already had her glorious victories over Ronda Rousey and Chris Cyborg and Valentina Shevchenko. She's beat the top women in all of UFC. She has nothing more to prove. Megan Anderson, this will be a monumental victory if she can pull this off. Monumental. The featherweight division, if you look up rankings in the featherweight division, you only see one person there. The champion, Amanda Nunes. That's it. Nobody else on that. If you type it in right now, go in your Google, say UFC female featherweight rankings, 0 except for her. They have all the other weight classes. Print it out, but that you can find a ranking list though through another. I don't know. You can find a ranking list of featherweights, but yeah, I've got the big upset there. Come on, Megan Anderson. Finally, I'm taking another big underdog. I know, crazy. Call me crazy, I don't care, whatever. I'm taking Jan Blachowicz to beat Isreal Adesanya by decision. Hopefully he'll be able to. It might even be a knockout. Who knows, man? He might be able to. Look, remember his last fight against Dominic Reyes? Did you see those leg kicks? Dominic Reyes, he took one and it instantly bruised. His whole part of his leg turned a different color. I remember seeing that fight. So, I mean, anything can happen. It's a good fight. I'm saying by decision, but really I'm probably not gonna live bet that. I'm just gonna put Blachowicz in a 2-fight parlay. I'm excluding that thing. I'm excluding that bet from the parlay, even though I'm like, I got standards. I make a parlay of every show. Nah, I'm keeping that. That's just a small individual bet. That's it. I'll parlay these guys together, taking a risk here. I'm going to individual bet this, but not by decision, just for victory at plus 202. Okay, so there you have it. Gather the info, place those bets, and cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching. Give me that thumbs up. Leave comments. I read them all. I even if you don't agree with me, which you shouldn't. You shouldn't there, and you definitely shouldn't here either. But I'm not asking you to. I'm just asking you to soak in this info. Check out these cappers. Their links will be in the description. Check them out. Hear what they have to say. Make up your own mind. Make your determination on your pick. Tomorrow, I will be doing the live show at roughly 9:30, 10 o'clock Eastern time, where I'm going to go over every fight on the card briefly. Tell you which ones I flipped my pick from earlier this week. And it's going to be a good time. So I hope I see you guys all there tomorrow. Good luck on these bets, and I'll see you next episode.